Hi, my name is Ian. I'm bad interest, and I play way too much Pokemon. Anyways, bad intro out of the way. Due to technical difficulties last week, I wasn't able to do a live battle. So here's the VOD. This is going over me versus Mr. Marshadow. I predicted 5 out of 6 pounds. I didn't think he'd bring Cloyster, but he did bring Cloyster over the Klefki I expected, and everything went like pretty much to plan, if I remember correctly. With that said, let's get into the match. So, I lead bronze long, kind of just a typical lead because I'm pretty sure I'm setting up screens now. No, sorry, this was the Trick Room team, my bad. So I was putting up Trick Room, got hit with knockoff, all kind of weird interaction with Citrus like that. And switch to down fan, so I outspeed, rocks I'm not afraid of, EQ, one shot, boomer team better. Then I go for knockoff because I'm not. Yes, it's because I went for knockoff because I wasn't sure if I was slower or not, which I'm pretty sure, like, no matter what, I was gonna be slower. Because I was like, no speed investment, and he'd really have to be like min speed to do anything. So easily could have taken care of this and could have done better later on in the match if Rouge was out. I'm pretty sure I just get energy ball, I tank it because I'm special invested. He switches after half. I hit knockoff again. Yeah, just because if he switches, I get a knockoff off, and if he stays in, I knock it out. Which arguably, just clicking EQ would have been probably way better here. This thing is kind of frail, so maybe it would have one hit KO'd. Would have really gotten close, if not. Then I bring in Scissor. Get Swords Dance, Bullet Punch, one shot. Kind of crazy. Yeah, and I don't like that. I switch because I am banded. And then Noivern, I'm scared of any fire move it has, realistically. I switched Fan into the U-turn because I knew it was going to resist, or I would at least trade. No, okay, no. This is where I was playing on mobile, and I misclicked. I meant to go into T-Tar here. Which I'm not sure. Okay, so let's just double check. Okay, yeah, I would have switched first. Then he would have U-turned. He would have U-turned the Tyranitar. Probably did the same switch. No, or into low kicks, which is pretty scary if it does have fighting moves, which I can't remember if it did or not. But again, I just preparing for the worst. So, long story short, this actually becomes a pretty decent sack for the free switch. But you'll also see, yeah, I just went for the chip because I knew I was slower. So I'm like, okay, I'll just Ice Shard because I know I'm going down. Take the sack, get the free switch in. But here's this mistake. Actually, it wasn't a misclick, but I did go into Scissor, completely thinking it's like, oh hey, he's at 30%. Neutral Bug will do good. Arguably, I think Bullet Punch would have done the same thing. Maybe resisted, but still, it would have had the 60 power. So I mean, I kind of didn't want to chance it, but I'm like, oh okay, I was mixing up that I had a bug type move and I can outspeed with a Bullet Punch into, oh hey, I can outspeed with U-turn. So instead I click U-turn and he is faster. So then Flamethrower. Yeah, that definitely did not need to happen. So easily it could have been +1 differential into my favor. By just switching Tyranitar, he didn't really have much answer, especially with Choppleberry and a big investment into the special defense and AV. I think I went last. So then, yeah, I just switched out because I figured he was gonna be faster. If he did have focus blast, it would have hit hard. Yeah, so I just kind of wanted to just preserve him, bring him back out. I mean, he kind of just did his job, so didn't really need him. Later in the game, realistically, unless I like wanted to bring him in against Cloyster and Trick Room late game. But here we get Terra Fairy Noivern, which is kind of funny because I bring Terra Fairy Hydreigon, which we'll see later. But here he swaps out after Terra Blast doesn't. No, okay. He used Terra Blast Fairy, which probably would have taken out Tyranitar, which luckily I did switch out. Then he switches. Cloyster comes in. I think it's does it Shell Smash here? Yeah, it goes for Shell Smash, and then because he's using it to set up, I can just one shot it because it's -1. Still no Sash, and even if it was Sash, it did get Sandstormed, but still I wasn't really too scared of it. Yeah, then I'm pretty sure. Okay, Low Kick comes out. Torch Up hits pretty hard. I just go for Wish because I didn't think I was gonna beat any threat of dying. So I'm like, okay, I'll just Wish, and then I kind of didn't expect Throat Chop to do as much, but Stab, Tinged Lens, yeah, it still does a lot. And it also shuts down Hyper Voice, so I couldn't use Hyper Voice, and Shadow Ball wasn't going to do much, especially with +1. And if I die here, my Wish Peter's out, so I decided to just switch out to Bronzong. Throat Chop KOs it. Hindsight, I did think it was fighting type move, so I'm like, okay, that'll be neutral versus it being dark type, which was admittedly a little stupid on my part, and I feel like I could have easily switched in Hydreigon there and probably wouldn't been better. I'm like, whatever. It's not super effective. I could throw up Trick Room if I have to. And then in comes Bertha, Terra Fairy, Throat Chop. It's still doing a lot. I just Terra Blast it, and then Spider-Man meme. They're both fairy types. Terra Blast, I live, bam. Really clutch with that. The little saving grace there. I think realistically, I didn't really see what else was on this Noivern set. If it seems like it might have been I don't think it was Scarf. It was probably Specs. I don't know. It was choice either way because I assume with U-turn and just Stab Terra Blast that I kind of would have had a bad time. So that could have easily been what's it called, a 1-0 for him. But at the same time, if I did keep Scizor, and then that would have been checked. But luckily, luck went my way. Everything went my way, and here we are with another 3-0 in week 3. With that said, yeah. Other than a couple misplays here or there, yeah. Overall, just kind of predicted their whole team. Prepared for it. Eventually won. Again, but as far as this week, we are on schedule, on track to just regular schedules from now till end of playoffs. Hopefully, cross my fingers, knock on wood. Yeah, we're sitting decently in the standings here. We're 2-1 with the +4. This has been updated because there has been like 2 games played of week 4 so far, and I'll probably mention here. I'll probably mention again within the week of videos that is dropping off today and tomorrow. Uh, these are my next 2 week opponents. Well, this week technically, I'm facing off against the Wingles, who are 2-1 differential 7, but their only loss was to Stigler in the World Peeds in a really close 1-0 there in the first week. Granted, the 2 other ones they did have were against Maxine and the Galler Giants, and then Mr. Cuddles the Bear with Project Nebula, who have been bottom 3 for the last 3 weeks. But yeah, big ups on Cuddles for getting a win and bringing them back from like he was before this he was a -8, but since he was 0-2 or 0-3, he was technically 12th. But definitely big ups on him for getting that one win. So it's like these 2 are scary because of their records, but I don't know. Maybe it was just strength of schedule and whatnot. But here I am. I am prepared for the Wingles and the World Peeds. Again, still they're still 3-0. Easily could be 4-0 by next week, and do have some catching up to be doing, but I definitely feel like I'm still gonna be top 5 by the end of this. Maybe I won't. Maybe I just fall off for the last stretch of the 4 weeks here. But with that said, I'll end this video without much more rambling, and yeah, see you for the team builder.